I was thinking about, what do we focus on today? Like, what do we be intentional? It's end of the year. And just, I'm so glad we all got a chance to connect because the choice I made feels like it feels right. Um, so we're going to be chanting a word, Gurprasad. And good is that shifting from light to dark, right? That shifting from difficulty to ease. And then prasad is like just like it's connection. It's this iceberg word, and I was like, oh, how do I even explain this in English? How do I do this justice? And I may not, so I'm not gonna. And I'm not an expert. I don't want to say that at all. And one of the ways I explain Gurprasad, it's like grace. It's like cosmic grace, and it's like it flows within all of us. And so as we've been talking and about not being able to see loved ones and who are struggling with COVID or maybe at end of life, and yet we're connected. There is that myth of separation when we truly are not, though, right? We are deeply, deeply connected, regardless of physical distance, because, creation itself is way vast. The earth is like one grain of sand on a cosmic beach. If we look at the size of that, and therefore all of us connected to each other, it's nothing, even if someone's in a different country, right? Or at a different angle on the globe somewhere. So Gurprasad, like, it's like, oh, it's like we're connected to everyone and everything, and we're in grace. So it's like it's this free of fear and free of judgment, free of like limits, and like it's free. And prasad is also the word we use for the sweet that, if you go to a gurdwara, and we accept it, and usually it's about accepting, the unknown, accepting all that we don't understand, and just being in acceptance of that, right? And so we say, we take that and thank you, and so it's this beautiful place of like, you know and while we're all connected and like, tiny pieces of that one grain of sand, and yet we're all each that still point of a galaxy, or a universe. Like we're equally as vast as all that too, that the body's not a limit. So Gurprasad. And I thought, yeah, it's, the ending of a year and going into the adventure of the next. And yet at the same time, I think we're feeling our own crampiness in our body, right? We're feeling the the limitations, oh, I've been so good, why can't other people be good too when it comes to COVID? We would be like it's so much ahead right now, to why do we have to have, these tough rules? Why can't we just behave? To just endings and beginnings, and that we don't know things, we don't have certainty. And it's like the expanding and embracing that, right? Like to go beyond the limits of like the slumped shoulders, right? And the feeling cramped, and the I don't know how, no, we don't. We really, really don't know anything. To be frank, we know microseconds of things, of certainty, and it's like Gurprasad. It's like that, like being connected to everyone and everything. And I mean, and if divinity is a concept that you resonate with, and it's like being, connected with that divine frequency, and yet you don't have to believe in divinity to be part of this cosmic frequency that it exists everywhere, not just in our solar system or our galaxy or even our universe for that matter. Like you keep expanding our understanding. It's like creation itself is so complex and so vast, and it's okay if we don't know, but we can breathe and go, it's that vast. Actually, we're not cramped, right? And so the Gurprasad is like the embracing of that, I feel allows us to open ourselves up to possibility. And where something felt so impossible, it can feel very it's like magic can happen, right? We can open ourselves up to connection and just resonate with whoever we need to resonate with, feel, to allow ourselves to feel, and that it's okay if your eyes are filling up. It's okay if it's not easy to talk right now, but to feel so that we are part of that vast dance and that cosmic movement, and that we will be okay. We just have to let go. And so I always get this image of like just breathing out and just lying back and then floating on the ocean. I don't know how the water molecules hold me up. I don't know how big the ocean is, or its measurements and depth, and I don't know. I just know if I just relax and breathe and just open myself up and just let go of my fears and certainty, like it's that weight that then pulls me down. If I can just let go of certainty and breathe in, then all of a sudden it's like, wow, I kind of wonder what's coming next. And that if someone transitions in my life, it's just from one form to another. That's all. I still get to stay connected. That will never leave. So transitions, we do it with our own aging, from crawling to sitting to walking to, transitions. It's what we do. We're always transitioning. So Gurprasad, I invite you to like be vast and just let go. Let go of whatever you think you need that needs to define yourself or limit you or give you some clarity of certainty. Oh, it's okay to be unclear. It's okay, because there is this beauty, because it's like when we relax, we can then hear the water and we can hear the birds and we can hear that music and melody that is in our home, that it's here, it's in our space, in that very singular moment of now, and yet being part of this like never-ending timeline, right? Like that duality. So Gurprasad. So I'm going to have you, so the way it's spelled, good is G-U-R, good, and you can roll the R if you can. Par is P-A-R, and you can roll the R, par, good, par, and then sad, S-A-A-D. So it's the long ah, British ah, right? D. Good, par, sad. Good, par, sad. Gurprasad. And so the breath pattern will be, again, the breathing in, as I'm all stuffed up from being emotional. We'll breathe in. And on the exhale, Gurprasad. And we'll inhale again. And on the exhale, Gurprasad. And I encourage you to sing at whatever pitch feels good for you. I feel I need to go a little higher today. You might need to go deeper. Go with your pitch. Make this yourself. This is your Gurprasad. You're blending in and becoming one with the cosmos, with creation. So just going to turn on So we're gonna just become comfortable. However, lean back if you need to. Sit up straight if you need to. Just become comfortable. No judgment. Listen to your body. It tells you what it needs. And just begin to breathe. And as you begin to breathe in and out, just allow yourself to relax. To surrender, to let go of everything and anything that you need to let go. And just allow yourself to be vast, to be connected with an infinite number of beings, to be infinite ourselves, and yet at the same time to be singular. Inhale to begin.
Continue at your own pace. Follow the music. Gurprasad. Sing it to your heart's content and allow yourself to be carried away with the music.
Slowly, gently bring yourself back into your body. With each breath you take, feel yourself become more present. And when you are ready, you can open your eyes and rejoin the group.